Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank ASLI as well as Sunway for the invitation to this conference. We are truly honored to be able to stand on the stage. I know even though the title says Achieving Net Zero, I can assure you that we are not there yet. You know, sometimes when we hear the band, they sound so nice, right? I mean, I can tell you that in the banking sector, we didn't start it off like that, right? And hopefully, after this conference, the banks can actually rally together and play as one. Okay, so just quickly, why is it important for us? If you don't mind, I can just walk around. I think when we look at sustainability, we look at 2050, and that's a lot of the targets that corporates, banks, as well as advisors are all targeting 2050. Because by 2050, there will be 30% more population in this world, closing into about 10 billion. If you look at the energy sector itself, they're expected to increase by more than 160%. So that's around 60,000 terawatt hour. And if you look at the sea level itself, by 2050, global mean sea level is expected to rise by 30 centimeters. And especially, for low-lying islands country like Singapore, it is a crucial and critical matter that we have to address. And then by 2050, about 70% of the population will be living in urban area. Now, then we move on there. How is it relevant to us, right? We look at it from four sectors perspective. So one is from the government. Everyone now is talking about COP28, which will be happening in the coming 2 weeks. And Malaysia itself has also committed 45% reduction in carbon intensity by 2030, right? Then we look at our consumers, the buyers, the people that we are targeting to actually sell our services and products to. Even now, we are looking at close to about 90% or 9 out of 10 employees who are coming into the workforce are very concerned about who they are working for, what do they stand for, and what are the initiatives that they are undertaking. Now then, moving on to the investor side, right? I mean, all of us are looking to expand, looking at whether you're going in the stock exchange or you're going in the private equity front to raise funds. 4 out of 5 or 90% are actually looking at data investing. So what is data investing? I think our panelists will be explaining about why it's important, to avoid the dirty word called greenwashing nowadays. Now then, lastly, we look at the ecosystem partners. For a lot of SMEs, they think that actually sustainability doesn't concern them. But if you think about it, right, a lot of the large global brands are actually having their manufacturing facilities in this part of the world. And these are engaging in the SMEs that are actually doing or producing the works for them. Now, with the global companies that are going net zero and they have a sustainability target that they have set forth, what that means is for SME, they are part of the overall Scope 3 ecosystem. Therefore, from our perspective, from a UOB perspective, we need to help our SMEs to transit. Right. So in terms of just getting a bit of a net zero story out of the way. So last year in October, UOB has committed that we will go net zero by 2050. And we have actually committed 6 sectors here on the board that you see. So 2 main sectors that we are targeting, that which actually gives the most energy intensive or most carbon intensive. One is energy and the other one is on the real estate sector or built environment sector. Now on the energy side, we look at how to reduce Scope 2 for our clients on power, automotive, as well as on the oil and gas side. On the built environment, we look at real estate, look at construction, and we also look at steel. And there will be a lot more of this industry sector that we will be going into. But so far, these 6 sectors will cover 60% of our lending portfolio. Now, in terms of how we do it, Right. We started this journey back in 5, 6 years ago to think about. We didn't start it off, from a sustainability perspective. We started off thinking how to address the pain points of our clients, effectively sustainability. So we came out with these five frameworks. One is on real estate on the left hand side that you see. We also have a smart city model. We have a circular economy. We have a sustainable trade finance or trade finance framework, and also a transition finance framework, which YV Rafizi spoke about this morning. So we are on our way. Now, if you see on the slides itself, we also have listed out the SDG that we are targeting, and also specifically in certain industry areas. Maybe I'll dwell down a bit more on our smart city sustainable finance model. So this smart city sustainable finance model cover 8 pieces of the area. I call them the pizza pie because starting from real estate, we focus on developers, asset owners, as well as REITs in terms of how we can help them to obtain green financing or sustainability loan, bonds or loans. Then we have renewable energy. So renewable energy, we have solar, wind, geothermal, and mini hydro. I'll explain a bit more on what we do with the solar side. You have heard about U Solar. Then we have energy efficiency. So we have a program that's for U Energy. Then we have one for green transport, which focus, we call it U Drive, that focus on EVs as well as EV charging. Then moving into green building construction. So for green building construction, we effectively help the developers to actually expand their reach in terms of sustainability. I.e., if you're building a green building that has a certification from GBI or Green RE, the contractors and the suppliers themselves that are working on this specific projects can obtain green financing from us. Now, then we will be expanding into sustainable power, sustainable water and waste management, as well as climate change adaptation. So climate change adaptation is more the carbon capture, utilization, and storage. Now, we allow this. Why do I emphasize on this? Because we wanted to scale up the program. In order, if we go to SME, to ask them to do a corporate framework for themselves, which is going to take 20, 30,000 and is going to spend like 4 to 6 months just doing the framework. We allow these frameworks to be tapped by our clients who doesn't have a framework for free, right? So then that allows us to scale up our sustainability program, allow more the SMEs to tap the green financing so that the economy can transit faster to a greener economy. Now, on UOBM side, just a couple of things I want to mention because since we're talking about SDG, for UOB Malaysia, recently we obtained an ESG Business Award for workplace wellness. So recently we completed our Plaza One building, which actually has a sky lounge, a game room, a childcare facility. So all this actually builds on to employee loyalties as well as more collaboration and support being given to our employees. And we are really thankful that the organizations are being recognized for the efforts that we have put in. Now, also the Plaza One itself is also certified platinum by Green RE as well as BCA. Now, in terms of gender equality on SDG 5, we have actually raised our bar in terms of the women in management is now representing already 30%. So there will be the bar will be raised higher in the coming years, I'm sure. Now, on Scope 2 itself, we focus on SDG 7 and 13 itself on climate action. I'll go into a bit more on U Solar program, but at the minimum, what we are currently doing is we have started working with private sectors, we have signed a virtual PPA with a solar provider to demonstrate that our strong commitment to transit to clean energy. And last but not least, on SDG 17, UOBM is actually currently co-chair co-chair in the SFG, so the SME focus group with Bank Negara to actually push the JC3, right? It's a joint committee for climate change, which actually consists of 30 companies or members, which includes banks, insurance companies, as well as ecosystem partners. The goal of this is actually being mandated to drive adoption or higher adoption for SMEs. And recently, we have also launched this ESG Jumpstart portal, which actually committed 1 billion of ESG financing for SMEs. Okay, so I'm just going through fairly quickly. You know, I will take you through in terms of what we are doing on the U Series program. You know, just to sort of go in together with what has been all the speakers have talked about in terms of acronyms. You know, we have the 3 S's, we have the 6D, and we have the 3 C's. So we also have the 3 U's. So the 3 U's are the U Solar, U Energy, and U Drive. So this sustainability program is revolved around how we can help our clients to transit. You know, whether they want to install solar, whether they are looking at their building, how to optimize their building electricity, or how to install, EV charging or fleet transition itself. You know, these are the things that are dear and close to the heart of the SME. And how they are doing this is through the financing program that we have. So if you look at the chart here, we're targeting the entire building itself. You know, you have solar at the rooftop, you have your air condition, your chiller, your AHU, your LED lights, your facade, elevators, even energy management system or building management system, including as well as your EV charging in your basement. So these are the things that we're looking at. And by the end of this month, we're actually launching another new program called UBuild, which is targeting developers, asset owners, as well as REITs in terms of how to help them to decarbonize, or also help them to manage their real estate portfolio itself. So stay tuned, we have more to come. So just quickly on the U Solar program that we have. So this program started off 4 years ago, and next year will be our 5th year, and we will have more exciting programs that are coming up. So U Solar was Asia's, and still is Asia's first integrated financing platform for solar energy. We started off with 3 things, right? One is to promote sustainability by using solar energy. Second thing is we realized that the ecosystem itself lacks the support in terms of financing, whether you're a developer, contractor, your suppliers, as well as operators. And the last thing is, of course, financing for the end user itself. So these are the 34 partners that we have developed very close relationship with. And we see that there is a lot of synergies in terms of collaboration on helping to grow the whole ecosystem. The goal for us is to ensure that they will continue to have more adoption in terms of clean energy. And recently, or today or yesterday, the CGPP program has already been fully subscribed with the 800 megawatts. So there are still a lot more opportunity for SMEs, also for the industry players to come in. Now, these are the financings that we accord to the players in the market. So we are always looking for new partners. We are also always looking for new ideas. I think this afternoon we have heard a lot of new ideas from technology side that we are actually wanting to work with also on the solar itself. So these are the 11 awards that we have gotten so far, and we are really grateful. It's not because of us, it's because of the support from the customers as well as our partners that help us to achieve to have such an achievement. Um, this is just a tangible impact that I just want to show, in terms of what we have done with the programs that we have. And we want to mention that, close to about 400 companies have actually benefited and about 1.7 thousand households have actually taken up our Use Solar program. So I want to leave you on with this last note. I really love this quote. It says that the environment and the economy are both sides of the coin. And if we cannot sustain the environment, we cannot sustain ourselves. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Jasper. I think from the news coming from Singapore and Thailand as well, the Use Solar activation has gone really well. And we hope to see how the region is going to come up together in that sense. And from the Sunway side as well, we've been working closely with your team. We signed an MOU in the middle of this year to do many, many parts of how we can work together across our different sectors. So thank you.
Thank you.